Good morning, students. Uh, Previously, I have given you a video how to install a Python, and after that, I show my with my own video that how to use the Python ideally. It will be run in two different modes. One mode is interactive mode, and another one is script mode. I think all of you have seen the video, and I hope you will practice those videos at your own systems. Okay, if you don't have system, don't worry, we will practice it in our school lab. Okay. Despite of this, I also explain you Python fundamentals, in which I teach I teach you tokens and the types of tokens. So there are basically five types of token are there. Okay, first one is first one I have explained, which is keywords. Second, which I explained to you, is identifier. Okay, both these tokens I have already explained to you. Now today I will explain you literals. Okay, what is a literal? Literal in common language, it is called a constant. Okay, a constant whose values cannot be changed. Okay, and there are different types of literals there. Okay, there are several types of literals. Literals are generally constants in Python language. There are several types of literal. First one is string literal. String literal means anything which is written in quotes is called string literal, such as for example, I write in single quotes, I write A, it is called apostrophe. Okay, I write A, B, C in quotes. Okay, then I write in quotes A, B, C. Look at here, I am using apostrophe here and quotes here. These are called quotes, or we can say in simple language double quotes. Okay, and these are single quotes. So you can show a string either in single quotes or in double quotes. It is called apostrophe, it is called quotes. Okay, so anything which is written in single quotes or double quotes, or we can say which is written in quotes or in apostrophe, is called string literal. So here A is string literal, ABC is also a string literal, and ABC, which is written in quotes, is also a string literal. How can you use in your Python programming language? Open the Python ideally either in interactive mode or script mode. But basically you should have to open it interactive mode. Okay, suppose I declare a variable text1 equals to, in single quotes I write A. Okay, then I press enter. This is the symbol of enter key. Then nothing is going to be printed. If you want to print the value of text1, again you have to write text1. Okay, when you write text1, below output A will be given. Okay, so this is a simple initialization of a variable text1. Its value is string literal A. When you print this text1 in single quotes, A will be printed. Now the string literal are also of two types. Okay, also of two types. First one is single line, and another one is multiple line. Okay, single line string literals or multiple line string literals. This is a single line string literal. Okay, for example, if I declare text1 equals to A B C. Okay, then I press enter over here, then I write E F G and I close the single quotes. This is single quotes. Then this I write in two line, but whenever I am going to print this text one, it will give the output like this: A B C E F G. Okay, if you press enter and you not close single quotes, then you have to at the last you have to press you have to use single quote to terminate the string, and it will not be printed in two line, it will be again printed in a single line. Okay, this is an example of single line string. But how you can print multiple line string? To print multiple line string, use the following technique. If I again declare a variable text1 equals to, here I am using triple apostrophe. For multiple line string you have to use multiple apostrophe. I will use A B C, then I press enter, then E F G, again I press enter, then H I J, then I will close it will again by triple quotes or a triple apostrophe, whatever you can say. When you print this text1, it will give you some output something like this: A B C E F G H I H I J, after pressing text1 and enter. Okay, so this will be your output. When you simply write text1 and press enter key, then it will give A B C E F G H I J. But before you run this, you have to write this also above it. It means first of all you have to write this text1 equals to this, then text1 enter, then your output will be this: A B C E F G H I J. Okay, so this is an example of multiple line string. In multiple line string, if you write something in multiple line, then you have to use triple apostrophe or either use triple quotes. You can write this also something like this: single double quote, double quote, triple double quotes. Okay, this is called triple quotes. A B C E F G H I J, then again double quotes close, triple. You have to close it 3 times. So either you can use this type or either you can use this. Same output is same in both the cases. Okay, so this is the way to declare multiple line string. If you want to find the length of a string, okay, how much length of the string is, suppose text1 equals to, in single quotes I write A over here, in single quotes I write A over here. If you find how much is the length of this variable text1, how much length of the string is this, so I simply write len bracket text 1 and then press the enter key. This will give the output 1. It means the text1 variable will hold a single length of string. This is of single length character, okay, single character length. Okay, if text1 equals to a b and then I print length text1, then it will give 2. So this is the way to find the length of a string. Its length is 2, first character, second character. Okay. Now for multiple line string, suppose text 1 equals to triple quotes a b c d. Here I close it. Now if you find the length of text 1, if you find the length of text 1, so you count 1 2 3 4, but this will give output 5. Why? Because after a b is the last character of the first line. Here there is end of line character also, end of line character also, which is not visible to us. Okay, so here after a b and again a single character end of line, 3 4 5, so there are total 5 characters in this text 1, so that's why its length is 5. This end of line character is non-graphical characters. These are called non-graphical characters. It is called non-graphic characters. Okay, these non-graphic characters are not visible on your screen, but they are counted by the Python programming languages. Okay, again giving another example, suppose text 1 equals to triple quote a b c e f g h I. Okay, now triple quotes close. Now the length of text 1 will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So here it will print 10. So this is the simple concept of a non-graphic character in a string which is declared as a multiple line string. You have to know how to calculate its length. Okay, these are the basic concepts of string. When you print this text 1 like this, text 1, when you simply write this text 1 and you press enter key, the output will be like this: a b c backslash n e f g backslash n h I. This is the output. So here two backslash n are there. This is the backslash n and this is backslash n. Okay, so these backslash n are what? These are new line characters. What they are called? They are called new line characters. They are simply new line characters. Okay, when you don't want to print this statement, you can use a print keyword, small p, print, print, and then text 1. If you write this and press the enter key, then it will be print with according to your desired output: a b c e f g h I j. Okay, so these are the two ways. Here when you write simple text 1, the output will be generated as Here these are the special characters, non-graphic characters, which will be printed by this only text statement. But if you don't want this non-graphic characters, then use the print function. When you will write print function text1 variable, the value of text1 variable is this. It will be printed as it is, as you initialize it, okay, as a multiple line string like this. Okay, so these are the various class basics of multiple line string, length of the string, basics of non-graphic character, new line characters. Okay, now after string literal, there is another kind which is numeric literal. There is another kind which is numeric literal. They are also of three types. First one is integer literals. Integer literals which does not contain the decimal part or fraction part, such as for example 5 is an integer, 7 is integer, 23 is integer, plus 24 is an integer, minus 25 is an integer. It means they are either signed integer or unsigned integer. Unsigned means which does not have any sign. By default, which does not have any sign, they are treated as a positive number. So these are the positive number. Okay, so these are called integer. It is denoted by int. Okay, int keyword is used for those integers. So these are first type of integer literals, which are integers. Okay, numeric literal first type is integer literals. Second one is floating point literals. Floating point literals. Okay, they are also called real values. They are also called real values. It means they are represented in decimal part. It means if I write number 5.6, okay, 7.0, so these are all the examples of floating point number which can be represented in the fractional form. Okay, third form is complex number, complex literal. A complex literal should be right in the form of a plus b j. Okay, where a and b are floating point number and j is the complex part. Means j is equals to -1. Okay, 5 plus 4i is an example. Okay, we will discuss this complex literal in our later part of our chapter. Okay, another literal. Now again come to this integer literal. This integer literal will be again divided into three parts. First one is decimal integer literal. Decimal integer literal. In decimal integer literal, simple decimal numbers such as 1 2 3 4, okay, 41, 97, plus 97, these are all decimal numbers. Okay, but these are integers, not in the fraction part. So integer literal first type is decimal. Second type is octal integer. Octal integer literal. Octal integer literal are represented by sorry, this is 0 and O. 0 followed by O. Suppose I write a number 0 O 5 3. So here this 53 written is an octal number. Okay, it is denoted by this representation 0 followed by O. 0 O 53. It means this 53 is an octal number. Octal number ranges from 0 to 7. Means the digit included in the octal number is within 0 to 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Third form of integer literal is A, B, C. Hexadecimal. Hexadecimal integer literal. Hexadecimal integer literal consists of digits from 0 to 9 and alphabets A to F. Okay, it means, and it is denoted by O small, sorry, 0 small x, or you can use 0 capital X. Suppose example, I am showing example O X 9A8. So this 9A8 is an hexadecimal number. Okay, it is representative. Octal and hexadecimal numbers are you have to only understand. No need to use them in your programming part. Okay, we have to deal with this decimal integer literal. Somewhere if it is going to use, I will explain it in detail. Okay, but for understanding, you have to know how octal number are represented, how decimal numbers are represented, under which category these integers are coming. Okay, so these are coming under numeric literal. After integer, there is also a floating point, which is divided into two parts. Floating point it is also divided into two parts. First one is fractional form, and second one is exponent form. In fractional form, simply 0.7, 3.6, all these are fractional forms, minus 3.5. okay, these are all floating. In exponent form, if you write 0.56 into 10 to the power 7, if you want to write this in exponent form, then you have to write this in 0.56 exponent 07. So this part is called mantissa, and this part is called exponent. Okay, so these are the various types of floating point numbers. Okay, so here our numeric and floating point integers are clear. Complex literal we will discuss it in our later part. So here numeric literal will be topic will be covered, and string literal will be covered. Okay, now another literal which we are going to discuss is Boolean. Third type, Boolean literal. A Boolean literal consists of only two values, either true or false. It has only two values, either true or false. Boolean literals are used in decision making programming, where when our calculation is going to be correct or true, then this will happen. When this is false, then this will happen. So these Boolean literals are used in decision making. Okay, not no any other place. Last one is special literal. None. Special literal none. Here none is used as a special literal. None means nothing. It means absence of value. It means absence of value. Suppose I write text 1 equals to none. Here n should be capital. Okay, remember it. Text 1 equals to none, and you print, and if you write only text 1 and press enter, then here nothing is printed, empty line is printed, which is not displayed. But if you want to print this none, so you have to write this in print statement. Print text 1. So it will print the value of text 1 is none. It means text 1 has nothing in it. It is also a special type of literal which will be used in somewhere else to initialize a variable whose initial value is nothing. Okay, so now here our literal, our third token literal is covered. In literal we have already discussed. In literal today we have discussed string, then numeric literal, then boolean, then special literal none. So these all four come under literal category. Okay, so today we have covered our third token literal. Now our another two tokens remaining are operators and punctuators. These five, operator, punctuator, literal, keywords and identifier, are very important basics for Python. If you are not able to understand from these five tokens, so you will not be able to understand the programming. So please review the video, see the video one times, two times, three times, go through it, and if you don't understand you can call me or you can ask me on the WhatsApp. Okay, so for today our class is over. Okay, goodbye.